Good morning. Welcome Commissioners Court, regular session, Monday, October 6th. We have a full quorum present. Carry certified meeting was properly posted. If you'll please rise for prayer and pledge. Alan?
Heavenly Father, Lord, for this day, thank you for allowing us to all get here safely, Lord. We ask that you bless the speakers today, bless the court as they make their decision, Lord, and we just thank you and praise you in Jesus' name. Pray, amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Society. Texas, one state.
No citizen input on agenda. We have 25 items on the consent agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve the consent agenda, removing items number 14, 15, and 17, please.
5, please, Rick.
Number 5 also.
Second.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Number 5, approve payments of claims and invoices submitted for payments.
So, one question, Mr. Trish, on 5, there was some stuff to Timberline Construction. Is this for the jail? It's a bunch of water stuff.
Yeah,
That's the water, the filter, the filtration system.
And then just as a statement deal on the credit cards, there was one charge. I've got so many papers, I don't know what I've done, I lost it now. Under my card, that was to Conroe Mill Supply. It's supposed to go to Road and Bridge General, and we'll get it moving. It was the winch cable for the offshore. So, that being said, I'll make a motion, we accept the claims and invoices. Unless you got some.
no.
I got a motion and a second, all in favor, raise your hand. Brandon. Number 14, approve proclamation 2025-107, recognizing October as Domestic Violence Awareness Month.
Thank you, Judge. We asked representatives from the Safe House here. So I would like to read the proclamation. Whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy and dignity, security, and humanity due to the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse, including abuse of children and the elderly. And whereas the problem of domestic violence are not confined to any group or groups of people, but cut across all economic, racial, and societal barriers and are supported by societal indifferences. And whereas survivors of domestic violence themselves have been at the forefront of efforts to bring peace and equality to the home. Now, therefore, in recognition of the important work done by domestic violence programs such as Safe House, I do hereby proclaim the month of October to be Domestic Violence Awareness Month. In Walker County, I urge all citizens to actively participate in the scheduled activities and programs to work towards eradicating domestic violence, improving victim safety, and holding perpetrators of domestic abuse accountable for their actions against individual victims and our society as a whole. Proclaimed and signed the 6th day of October 2025. And that'd be my motion to approve the proclamation.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries.
All right. We'll have, y'all come take a picture up here real quick. Y'all are putting purple ribbons around the square?
That's the next one after this, sir.
We've already approved it.
Yeah, we already
Okay.
approved that one. You're good to go on. Signatures and.
Yeah. Move in down there somewhere.
How y'all doing this morning?
Great.
I can actually look my purple shirt.
So more me.
Had to fall back on this, the pen.
I didn't know what the pen was for, I just thought.
Yeah. I was trying to get the blue one down there.
We're taking it.
Pass it all down.
There temporarily. So we wouldn't mess up.
More ribbons.
Yeah, you brought one?
Yeah.
Of course for Bill. That's okay. We see how it is.
Move over this way, cold one.
Maybe. Do that one. There you go.
Okay,
Awesome.
thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, I got myself a pen on pen.
All right, number 15, approved proclamation 2025-108, recognizing October 5th to 11th as 2025 as National 4-H Week in Walker County. That'll be my motion. Moving second, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion approved. We got 4-H coming up. No, they're gonna read it.
Oh, they're gonna read
Yep.
it. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they always.
They read a paragraph, a sentence.
Yeah, yeah. They'll just line, there you go.
Whereas this year's National 4-H Week theme, Beyond Ready, reminds us that 4-H is building a ready generation in a world of change and equips young people skills for the future while meeting them where they are today.
Whereas 4-H is America's largest youth development organization, supporting 6 million youth across the country. And
whereas 4-H programs are delivered by the Cooperative Extension System, a community of more than 100 public land-grant colleges and universities across the nation that provides experiences for young people to learn by doing.
Whereas 4-H is in every city and county in the United States and helps 6 million youth become engaged, successful, and independent. And
whereas 4-H connects young people and adults to their communities, preparing them for work and life through experiential and inquiry-based learning, while providing emerging research for positive youth development. And
whereas expanding from its strong agricultural roots, 4-H helps young people explore the world around them and grow into productive adults. And
Whereas supporting future leaders in science, agriculture, and community leadership is an important imperative for the U.S. Department of Agriculture, Institute of Food and Agriculture Quality Program.
Now, therefore, the County Commissioners of Walker County, Texas, do hereby proclaim October 5th through 11th, 2025 as National 4-H Week throughout Walker County, Texas, and encourage all our citizens to recognize 4-H for the significant impact it has made and continues to make by empowering youth with the skills they need to lead for a lifetime.
Good job. Good job. Proud of y'all.
They gave your buddy the hardest one too.
Yeah, yeah. Good job, Luke. Luke, you wanna say any words? Okay. How about a picture?
You take a picture of this one.
There you go.
Come up this way and. Got the officials?
Hello, Brandon.
This is the first responders.
Oh, I got it. That's where it is. Hold on. Let's get the official one out there for y'all. We're gonna get the official one.
Right. Not the pen, it's my hand.
Oh.
everyone else does this.
Some little taller than I am, go.
Johnson, you wanna hold that? There we go. Good.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.
really appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
See you again.
Good job.
Thanks.
2 parts.
Appreciate it.
Take care, brother. Enjoy
As
it.
always, thank
Yeah.
you.
Got it, man.
Good job. Good job. Thank you.
See y'all next year.
Thank you.
Where'd your brother go?
He scooted up, didn't he?
He said he stepped out here. Number 17, approved proclamation 2026-02 honoring first responders for National First Responders Day. That'll be my motion.
Second.
Moved, seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Brandon?
Honoring first responders. Whereas Walker County Republican women and the Republican Party of Walker County recognizes first responders for their contributions, sacrifice, and dedication to public service. And whereas Walker County Republican women and the Republican Party of Walker County recognize the heroic men and women who take immediate action when disaster strikes, putting other lives ahead of their own. And whereas Walker County Republican women and the Republican Party of Walker County is cognizant dangerous frontline work of Walker County's first responders and appreciates the work they do. And whereas Walker County Republican women and the Republican Party of Walker County acknowledge the value of first responders who deserve our respect and appreciation for protecting us and keeping it safe. And whereas first responders are professionals and volunteers who dedicate their lives to public service and whose skills often make the difference between life and death. And now, therefore, the Commissioners Court of Walker County and all residents of Walker County honor and appreciate our first responders and thank them for their service. Signed the 6th day of October, 2025.
Mr. Durham, we got you a spot too. To sign.
We gotta do it again.
Yep.
Come on, yeah.
Oh, are you sure?
Good morning, sir. 14 more months.
Not count for you.
No.
Get him a calendar, put it behind your back, and just exit off every time he shows up.
And some days. Miss Linda, get you somebody new up here. I have faith.
Well, you're not gonna stay for a picture?
Sure.
You got
Between you.
Okay.
You're on the phone.
He's all team.
Come on, you're first responder. Where's Stokes at?
Right there.
Stokes, come on.
Ah, good.
No, sir, come on, Stokes. We're gonna wait on you. Okay.
On that side. On this. He wants a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slide it just a little bit. There we go.
Tighten up. Stokes, you wanna come back in the middle back here? Yeah, come right here. Get you front and center in the middle.
Hide back here.
I mean, you gonna put him close to me?
Right in the middle.
There we go.
Uh-huh.
That's the best picture yet.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thanks for cooperating.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Pat.
That's bad. You might point it to you. See what Miss Pat thinks?
Yeah.
Already got the hug from you.
Okay.
Hey, Jacob.
All right, number 26, discuss and take action to apply for NRA Foundation state fund grants with no fund match requirement. That'll be my motion. Moving second, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. You want to talk about that, Gene? You good?
So you gotta say something, Gene.
Applied for it. Didn't get last year. Several years prior, we were awarded, enough that would cover ammunition for all qualifications and duty ammo for the year, so been pretty a lucrative deal and fairly easy.
You've been applying for it pretty good while.
This will be the fourth.
Yeah.
Year. Yes,
Been a good thing for you.
helps us out.
27, discuss and take action to approve New Waverly Independent School District Resource Officers Interlocal Agreements number 1 through 4. That'll be my motions. Okay. Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries.
I've got copies
Brandon.
here that already has the judges, I mean, not the judges, the superintendent's signature was the original for y'all.
Perfect.
All right. Can you give us a little quick scenario of how it's working with officers in your school?
So far, you know, when you have something going on, you work for somebody else and you don't hear anything from them, it's, I try to, it is my standard procedure to go to meet once a month, speak to the principal, at least one staff member, to the counselor if they're available, and see if there's anything we need to do differently, if they have problems or concerns or this or that. Thus far, from the superintendent all the way down to the aides at the elementary school seem to be happy with what we're doing, very appreciative of having our service.
It's working well, basically. Okay. Well, we appreciate what y'all do, taking care of the kids too.
That's,
Highly important.
you know, what's the program we started a good long time ago, and without the court support, it wouldn't.
Awesome. It's important to keep the kids where they're safe and feel safe.
We're on 28, discuss and take action on the transfer of 2 Tahoes, FAS number 10422 and 10427 to New Waverly ISD. That'll be my motion.
Second. You want to explain that a little bit?
Yes, sir. Both 2012 Tahoes that we started, some of the first vehicles we started in the program, which were hand-me-downs when I got them. School makes a payment each year towards the replacement of a car. So basically, the cars are at the end of their life. And instead of just sending these over to salvage, they'd love to have them. One for IT person to go from campus to campus in, the other's for a maintenance person to use there, right there locally.
Very good.
It helped them tremendously. There are a couple of, actually, there are several vehicles that they could use, so. The superintendent talked to me about it last year because we started talking about buying new cars. Said, well, hey, when y'all go to down those, is there a way we could, benefit from those or acquire those?
Sounds good, Jane.
Favor, raise your hand. Motion carried.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Gene. 29, discuss and take action on fiscal year 2026
Judge, thank you. Bill.
Take care.
Brandon, thank you.
County Choice Silver Renewal. Amy?
Sorry. And this is the annual renewal for the retiree health insurance. This is about $35 a month for our retirees. We currently offer Plan F option 1. So that's my recommendation of paying with package 1 this year.
And we had that increase in the budget. Figured.
That was a question I had. Is you gonna stay with that one?
It keeps it pretty much the same as what they have now without losing any of the benefits. Keeps the co-pays, the deductibles, all that the same.
So we need to approve it with, option
Yep.
Package 1.
package 1. Move to approve with package 1.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. 30, discuss and take action on 2026 workers' comp renewal questionnaire.
This is the annual renewal. Do the estimated payment, the big difference, change our rates off of that. And quarterly, then at the end of the year, we always have a surplus, so they send us the renewal or the rebate check. Sure.
Do we have any actions or anything we can do to get a workers' comp guy, local workers' comp doctor?
Doctor.
Our guys go all the way where to Humboldt or New Caney or something like that. It's really not convenient for them.
The hospital sees them initially, like in the ER.
Yeah.
We don't have any local doctors that are willing to step up and do the contract. Conroe right now is the closest. I've talked to several doctors and they just said the amount of paperwork and training that they have to do, it's not worth their time to do it. Unfortunately, that's where we're at.
All right, thank you.
Welcome.
Move to approve.
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand. Motion carries. Thank you, Amy. 31, discuss and take action on resolution 20-05 for the Rural Prosecutor Salary Assistant Program.
Yeah, this is our annual renewal of the rural salary grant where the prosecutors, investigators, and victim assistance coordinators just get a little boost in their salary to have you can be able to compete with nearby bigger cities, which I won't name there to the south. And so we're just asking for that resolution. It's been very effective for us. I've had prosecutors and investigators back. I took off. I think that's a really good thing. We don't have a lot of turnover. I think this helps a lot. So I think the main thing on this one is you have to promise you're not going to lower their salary because they're getting this. So
Yeah, I read that and I thought, I don't know if I can live with that.
last year.
I'll live with it again. I'm like, proof.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
30, discuss and take action on award of solicitation C 0-20-006 civil engineering service. Morning.
Update. Lori. Evaluations are down. Facility.
Is this the one that
Yeah.
Andy uses all the time, like we've been doing, the blanket one? Big box.
Yeah.
Well,
This is what?
that's about that much stuff in it.
It looked like more than 3.
21 to be correct.
That's good ones.
Commissioner Beckendall and
Broadband and development, and our recommendation is primary to Blau engineer. And the
Secondary.
secondary. Good Laster and alternate 2 to LJ. Flip there. So it's like. It was.
Are the scores flipped?
Scores are correct.
Had to do with price.
Okay,
The reason. they-
as long as we stay,
Yeah, scores are correct. So Lyle, Goodwin.
then LJA.
Yeah, LJ had a pretty impressive
Okay.
submittal.
LJA.
But they were, yeah, they were, I mean,
You know,
Where
this,
they from?
okay?
Yeah, we could have been, yeah, we could have been good with any of them.
The order of,
We're doing with
Hey,
file.
order of,
Not that order though.
order of the selection by the advisory committee. Based on score was what order for the court?
Lyle,
2 secondaries. how many?
LS, LJ.
first time we've ever done, well, we'll do a third.
Third, yeah. A primary and 2 secondary, or third, I guess a third one.
Motion?
You ready, Lo?
So I got a quick question. Blau scored the highest, that's great. LJ, then Goodwin Laster. Are they,
How good one lasted then, LJ.
I'm sorry, I said that wrong.
Yeah.
But the question is, I don't wanna, I would like to see us not pick a 1 and a 2. I'd like to see us pick all 3. That way if we got conflicts or whatever, we have at least a,
I think she just.
That's
said
what they're
we were
doing.
that what we're doing?
Primary, and
It's just more depth for alternates.
we're gonna approve all 3.
The conversation I had before, I thought we were just picking 2.
No.
Yeah, I want all 3.
Yeah.
So.
Good, Andy?
That your
Yeah.
motion?
I think it's good to have more depth in the alternate pool, given the amount of development we're having right now. Right, right. Yeah, I can make that motion. Move to approve the order as presented.
Yeah, second.
So,
I'm waiting on one of the boards.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, raise your hand.
Let's be clear on,
yeah, put it in a motion if you don't mind, Brandon.
award primary to Blisle and then alternate 1 to Goodwin Lassner, alternate 2 to LJ, because it's different than how it's on a piece of paper here.
I'll get that updated for
You
you.
got that?
We're good with the motion. Second, so good. We're still good on vote. Okay. Motion carries. 33, discuss and take action on issuing a burn ban. Nice. Is that your motion?
That's motion right quick.
Okay, so hold on. Before we had talked about trying to, when we end it, I still wanna leave it how it is, or do we wanna change it? So it has to come back to Commissioner's Court.
I'd like to see it if put it in there that the county judge can pull it if we get a substantial amount of rain and they bring it back to court to ratify it.
Don't ratify.
You know, you just terminate.
Just give
It's
it
just terminated.
Commission or not.
Give the judge, however,
To rescind it.
legally say it, give the judge the ability to terminate it.
Yeah.
And to release it, I mean, you're basically gonna judge it on the KBDI?
Yeah.
I'm fine
And
with
we'll
that.
talk to the Forest Service and all them too, and
Well,
our chiefs.
With the extended length of having to get something on
Right.
court. I
So we
mean,
we can add 2 weeks onto it just by
Yeah.
having to get it to
Did
court.
not do.
Yeah.
Right,
Okay,
right.
so I'm gonna amend the down here,
Making
the
it burn.
last paragraph. We'll add that the county judge can rescind the burn ban.
Okay.
when ample. Okay,
Yes.
all good with that.
We got a second?
I'll second it.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand. Motion
Effective when? Effective what?
today at noon. Are y'all now?
Noon. Noon.
Today works.
Okay, motion carries. 34, discuss and take action on appointing David Warner to vacant ESD 3 position. Well, that'll be my motion.
Second.
Moving seconded, all in favor, raise your hand.
David, no,
Motion
talk.
David, anything to say while you're here, Butch?
Oh, you might as well on up here.
You've already took pictures for us.
Hey.
You ran up here to take them.
We can't, not that easy.
Well, and we did have a vacancy on the board, Garner, decided to vacate. Tied up with work a lot, and I do have his resignation letter.
I'd like to meet, I called and talked about
We can
We
get
need a copy of it.
we file those.
Bill Doggett, welcome aboard, brother.
I'm gonna stay seated, sir.
First meeting Thursday.
By the way, you got a meeting Thursday.
6:30.
I'll be there. All right.
Thank you, Dave.
35, discuss and take action on approving Walker County employees to EL program.
I had this put on court because we're having a difficult time actually hiring people in general for Roden Bridge, especially in precinct 2. I'm shopping at y'all's farms, by the way, while we're talking. So if you don't help me with this, I'll be shopping heavily. So, a lot of the people that we could hire that could actually work in Roden Bridge doesn't have a CDL. And to get a CDL in today's world is not like it was when I went through it or Andy went through it. It's pretty easy to get, and all of us, I guess. Now they got a school they have to go to. I wasn't aware that Sam Houston Academy does this. I personally haven't talked to them. Did you see the?
My computer.
I think that's what they call it.
I don't even know who they really are.
I can tell you, I read it,
Did you?
it's, Elam Wind.
Is that who it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did not realize.
All right. So where, I mean, are they
It's on-
part of Sam Houston?
No,
Okay.
no, I think
That's just the name. All right. So, but they do offer this in Huntsville. I kind of would like to know the court's thought on maybe us sponsoring the employee and then them giving us a, short of a better word, piece of paper, an agreement or whatever, that they'd work a couple of years for us sponsoring them.
Kind of like we do EMS.
Yeah, kind of like we do EMS, and I think 2 years would be sufficient, and if they don't complete it, then we kind of expect them to maybe reimburse the county for the school.
Knock it out there. Nice check.
Yeah.
Fight you on it at all, because it's something we need. I would like to see us look at, this is a school, they've got student loans. They can do the student wants to come in, take out a student loan for this. Walker County pays that student a stipend, whatever that monthly note is, student loan for that is, for a period of years. That way, if they quit, then the CDL goes on them. That's what I would love to see. And it's an extra step for us, but if you get an employee that we sent through the school and 3 months later, yeah, we've got a contract, but
Yeah, it's kind of,
It's
it's an honor contract, basically.
How much is it?
And if they're decent people, they will pay it. I mean, as a rule, I deal with
Some
people
of that
away from the
chicken
county
is
too all the
40.
time, and normal, good folks just pay the bill.
Down to minimum wage or something.
Yeah.
So,
We can take.
but you're gonna have the exception too.
Got some thoughts on that part of it? I mean, as far as, Mr. Patricia, you got some thoughts on that part of it?
No, it's a court decision.
Or Amy, how's it going?
Whatever y'all decide, we make it work.
I think our attorney was gonna try to say, I think our attorney was
Gracie?
gonna try to say.
Grace,
I thought y'all were pointing to me, but
Okay,
need
well,
your input too.
you probably need to come up and throw something at us. We need to know.
well, I mean, yeah, it's the court's decision, but I mean, I can take a look into it. If y'all want to maybe pass on it for now to kind of shore up what exactly y'all want to do as far as providing a stipend or.
We can look at an agreement, kind of like Brandon talked, or if not, that doesn't work out, we prove it next court.
Yeah,
you wanna
we
prove
can
today?
put it on next court. I mean, I do want to point out that I'm 3 people short and they got hands I'm gonna be looking at.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean,
You can prove that, it's whatever motion you want to do.
I think you have the consensus of court to move forward.
Yeah.
It's just,
Yeah.
we're gonna either fund it or reimburse it.
well, if you're funding it out of your department, I don't see.
Well, I think our department needs to fund it yourself. I mean, I have no problem with that. But as far as what, them paying it back, I mean, I'd say 2 years ought to be sufficient. If they make 2 years with us, then
Well, and
they don't have to pay it back.
that kind
Brandon's
of,
worried about it if they make 3 months, what are you gonna do?
That's what I'm.
well, and we take that
Yeah,
chance with
that's just-
EMS
yeah.
now too. I mean, so, I mean, it's not something we hadn't been doing,
Not something,
know.
not that we can't change the.
Well, that-
That's too.
that is true. And I don't know about the sheriff
That's-
department. I don't know if they
Yeah.
opened up that program. They were, where you, kind of like the city does, where you pilot program or whatever you want to call it, where they pay it, and you lock it into a contract. I mean, I know the city does it with their PD officers.
I think we do something with the
You can
sheriff.
prove it, just come back
Yeah.
with a deputy, don't.
Yeah, but I don't know how
Yeah,
much.
we can go ahead and approve it today, because I mean, I need to
That-
get something going pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then if we need to make changes later, we can.
I mean, it could be a departmental discretion if you want to just pay it or if you want to do
Yeah.
a loan thing, something like that.
Yeah.
I did talk to, Region 6, put something.
I was gonna mention that. I thought.
And, put on it actually, through some of the city guys but the only thing, they do it for the school bus drivers and, city employees, but it's got the automatic exemption on it.
I don't know.
So, and all you can do is a B, so that kind of
Yeah.
doesn't help a lot. You know, they did, only good thing is the lady I talked to did, say that in the future they were looking at doing class A's. Maybe even going to the automatic, the standard.
Teeks,
So-
Teeks has one too.
Peak said one, but I had to send them to Brian, for however long.
Yeah.
And that's time consuming. This was good news to me, honestly. that
Yeah, and
somebody
I
locally
don't,
that
I don't
does
know who found this. I haven't called him, talked to him. I got one guy that's been looking to go into the school. He's got the exemption for the automatic. They have to go through that school to get
it. Yeah,
the rest of it. They cannot just go take a test and be done. So he has to go through the school too, even though he's already got his CDL.
well, reading through this, it started out as a nursing school, healthcare. And then they ventured out into the CDL stuff, so,
Well, I hope they stay here.
yeah.
And if that's who it is, that's local
And,
people.
and
running it,
reading
so.
through it, it's local people, so, that have been here a long time.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion to, Patricia done raised her hand.
Yeah, the motion would probably be nice if you gave DA's office, Gracie, some direction in how you're wanting her to draft up the agreement.
Yeah, it's, to me, it's a training. We're training them to drive the truck. We send people to training all the time. I mean, I don't see a lot of, I basically would ask for something like an honor system. They don't have to be a big contract, stating that if they don't complete the 2 years with the county employment, that they'll reimburse the money to the county.
We already have an agreement like this with
And
EMS,
EMS has got one, something very similar to that.
so we can pull that and kind of look at it.
Yeah.
For a starting point.
Y'all have it?
Authorize the precincts to fund CDL training, contingent upon an agreed on a contract being drafted by the DA's office.
Yeah, we could end the policy or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
So what do you want in the motion now?
Maybe authorize the DA's office to draft up a contract for adding the benefit, blah, blah, blah.
You good with that, Will?
Good with that.
So the contract have to come back next week or next meeting for us.
Yeah, the contract has to come back, but I mean, this does give me the kind of the go ahead to kind of set a school up and then we.
I got a couple that would like to move up to an A.
Yeah, so.
Well, it would be good to do it moving into the winter. I don't know what their schedule is like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a motion to approve funding the CDL program from our budgets with the district attorney's office going over the contract and approving. Will that work, Patricia?
I think so.
Okay.
Second.
Moving single, all in favor, raise your hand.
Yeah.
Motion carries. 36, discuss and take action to purchase, whatever this is, Etnire distributor for road and bridge general.
Put this on.
So I put this on court. I had got a really old truck and we've got an old truck and, y'all use it probably more than I do. It's just mainly to have a discussion, see where we're at. I asked Ed and our guys to be here, RB Everett's guys to be here, if you got any questions. What you think?
A lot of money. A lot of money.
This doesn't lock us down or anything, but it was just do we want to move forward with trying to do that or, the old one, bars broke, we're fixing to have to buy a new bar for it or try to figure out how to piecemeal it back together. It's leaking well, it's not leaking all right now, but it needs some work on it. So.
Well,
What are you thinking to fix it? Or you guys?
Just the bar, so the bar where the attachments come into it, where the lifting arms are and everything, the actual bar broke. So, I think we looked it up, what was it? 5,000 or 6,000 just for the bar, excluding any labor, or any other, anything.
Double that.
At least double it, if not. So,
Pump ain't great on that one.
No, that's the one that we keep, it's got that little rope seal, we keep packing it, leaks, back it leaks, back it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Ooh, it's a big ticket item.
A lot of money.
Well, I'll tell you, it's something we need to think about,
Yeah, absolutely.
but in the grand scheme of things, we used the other one the other day. And I used it for 2 days, 3 days, whatever, short period.
Mhm.
It worked a lot better when we had one person taking care of it.
I agree 100%.
That, I got into the other day and was just sideways, damn dash falling out of it, and just,
Hmm.
yeah, it's not being,
The newer one or
the newer one, it's not being took care of. And it's not nobody now. It's just through the time it's been used and abused and not kept up and man, when that thing breaks down, you shut the whole job down.
You're in trouble.
So I'll consider it if we go back to using one person.
You can take our office out. We'll let y'all for it.
Yeah.
We can send Ally through that training.
Yeah.
And we.
I mean, when Joey was running it,
Right.
the truck stayed clean, everything stayed up on top of it. We spent a lot of money on it, but when you needed it, you needed it. You wasn't broke down in the middle of the road the other day for 2 hours trying to fix it like I was.
That's about like us that time on Dead Lake over there. It
So,
broke down and we
I mean-
sprayed about 50 foot of oil and then it quit.
Yeah. And so I'm not against it, but we need to change how we.
Yeah.
And
Well, we got a guy, one of my guys, we'll send you
Yeah.
anywhere to run it. He does.
he does a good job too.
Yeah, he'll be, if that's what it takes to keep it running, I'll be happy with that. That's not a problem. We'll send
How
it.
long you think you're gonna have that guy?
You have a CDL?
I'm gonna tell him if he goes to 2, he's got to drive the oil truck. I ain't moving. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's just my thoughts on it. It worked a lot better when it was one person run the truck, took care of the truck, knew what was wrong with it, got it fixed.
it just got some personality quirks to it.
Yeah.
It does. It has some definite personality quirks to it.
I don't remember what, it's an 09 model, 08 model, or something like that.
Doesn't have many miles on it.
He's gone.
Oh, yeah. Gone, though.
Mhm.
Heck, even your old
You can
truck
play
doesn't have that many miles on it.
That's a good driver.
I only got 14 months.
Really?
Y'all wanna pass on this and y'all,
I think we need to see some alternatives or some ideas on how we would pay for. We don't got $350,000 sitting in the bank that I'm ready to
No.
write a check for today. But we have some in Road and Bridge General.
I thought we had,
We have what, maybe north of 100, maybe? It ain't that much more in Road
I
and Bridge.
think more than that. I'll probably be bringing budget amendments back at the next meeting.
Okay.
So I'll bring you some numbers then.
I think it was north of 300, I think.
Think so? Okay, well, if it is, that'd be good.
Yeah, until something breaks down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
I wouldn't
looking
want
at
no
budget.
budget. I
And
don't
then
want
we're gonna be looking at each other's budget.
Yeah.
y'all
So
good
let's-
with passing, y'all
yeah,
come
let's-
back?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
pass.
bring something back.
Pass on it with the direction to put something together, actually spec it out, figure out what we want, right?
Well, so we don't need, I mean, our old truck shot 24. Still, we'll fix that problem.
This-
Sorry, new one don't shoot but 21.
This one I think is 22.
I just had to put that in there.
Thanks, Bill.
Now, the other
You want
question,
me to
this
explain
is
it?
No.
when we look at this was the old style like what we already have.
Yeah.
This isn't the getting into the upper end model with the slide out bars and all that stuff.
No, it has enough problems the way it is now.
And I'm thinking that chip spreader only does 22.
Yeah, 20, well, it actually only does about 21.
Yeah.
Okay, so
At the
the
most.
22 foot would be work.
Yeah, there's no reason to go to a 24 because we don't have anything.
Or when we're talking with them, we still want them broke at 18 foot, because for all the old roads that we do, that main bar, then you'll have 2 extra bars, right? 2 pieces. That newest old one we've got, we broke it at 18 to go down through those old subdivisions because they were all paved at 18. Is that what y'all want still?
I think we did, ours is 8 in the middle, isn't it?
8 in the middle,
Yeah.
and then you got the
The
wings.
things that go out, 4
Right.
foot each to get to 60. I don't know.
It's 20, well, so that thing actually shoots 24.
Yeah, there's some stuff, yeah, as long as it's what we got now,
Okay.
that'll work.
It'll be a little shorter on the wings.
Yeah.
As long as the center section, Brandon's saying, as long as the center section is,
Well, the center section is one, but we need to get to 18 on the next break.
Yeah.
And then have
absolutely.
the ends out there that'll fold down to 22.
Yeah. Okay. All right, put us something together.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
All right, 37. Discuss and take action on Fade Chase to be a road sponsor for Bird Farm Road in Precinct 3.
I actually spoke to Miss Chase last week and she lives on Bird Farm Road and just wants to kind of adopt the road and pick up the trash and let me know when needs some troubles and needs some work done out yonder. So I told her she's my first one, so we're going to kind of learn together what it is, but I'll make the motion to item number 37.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your hand.
Had one of them before.
Motion
Yep.
carries. 38, discuss and take action on appointing county members to Walker County Public Safety Communication Board.
I had this put on court because, I mean, if we go back in time, I was looking at it many years ago, and then I went through some very difficult times sitting on this commissioner's court when I couldn't even get a second on my motion. So it kind of dropped through the cracks for many years. And then recently, I mean, I thumbed through my stuff and found the old contract, so I kind of got to looking at it again. And I was kind of looking at the contract, and then Deborah sent out the agenda. Well, looking at the agenda, then it looked to me like we was all expired. So I had to put on court, which I did call and visit with Danny because I couldn't get a response from Deborah and I wouldn't have answered me either. 2 days left to work, you know, but well, personally, we just need to reappoint or appoint some people back on that board is my thoughts, but you got anything, Danny, you want to add to it?
Yeah, I may actually be in that position after this conversation.
Yeah.
So there was, board consists of me, Tim Whitecotton, Greg Mathis, Wade Roberts, and Craig. Forgive me, Craig, if you're listening, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. So.
Howard Schleiser, is that his name?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from the college.
Yeah.
A radio guy all the way. I mean, you know, knows more than most anybody knows about that radio stuff. But so long story short, you know, I've had problems with this because for the last 3 weeks, there's been some input, I guess, and the board has not had any input at all. There's been commissioner and county judge that's had some meetings about maybe even dissolving the board. I don't know, you know.
And I'm on board with that.
Yeah, and I don't know how that works because I don't know if it's a power struggle, being as the board appoints the director. You have the input, you know, you have the financials. What more do you want? If you want reports, monthly reports, all you gotta do is ask. But the board was not involved, to my knowledge, in any of this discussion with the city. I'm gonna say management, because it wasn't with the city council, it was the city management. You know, so if you're talking about dissolving the contract, then why are we even appointing anybody?
Because you're still operating under it now. And you have to continue the business on this. This goes back, and that's why I asked when Mr. Victor took office earlier. Because this was a campaign issue back when I run for sheriff in 96, I believe. And of course, I run against Dale. I beat Dale, and then Mr. Victor won the election in the fall. I didn't like the contract then. Still don't like it. I mean, it created a separate entity, a complete entity of its own. I mean, it needs to be underneath their county employees. It needs to be underneath here or the sheriff. You know, the way I see it. Now, that's just, you know, we share different views completely on this.
Completely.
But the reality of that contract does not even need to be in place. It needs to be, somebody needs to have a little more say-so. It needs to be just like our EMS director or our maintenance director or Andy underneath the commissioner's court.
Well, the difference there is the city's putting in $600 and some $1,000 a year, plus on half the equipment.
And I don't, you know, and I'll tell you, yeah, the judge and I met with the manager and the city manager. They both feel the same way. They was already looking at things with other counties, how other counties do the business too. They was already looking into it. And I would say we probably need to do away with the contract and come up with a better contract and what that is. I don't like the fact that they answer to one person, really. They answer to you.
They answer
Yeah.
to the board.
They answer to you mainly because you're the chairman of the board.
They answer to
You
the
know.
board. There's 5
Yeah.
people on the board, just like it's 5 people
Yeah.
here. Takes 3 to get.
But I disagree with you. You know, it is
Yeah,
what it
yeah.
is.
Well, I totally disagree. I
You
mean,
know,
for one,
I-
if you put it under an elected official, which would be the sheriff or whoever else, or even this board, that leaves the city completely out of it, you know? I don't see that working. I cannot see this, city management may be for it, but I can guarantee you the city council ain't gonna be for it. And if you're talking about splitting the thing up, we're talking about $1.3 million a year that the taxpayers are gonna have to absorb somewhere again.
Yeah,
for this
I
service.
don't see no reason to split the dispatch. The way it's run, absolutely. I do see that we need to be underneath one or the other, the city or the county. Somebody needs to be the head person in charge of that thing. And personally, since it's county employees, it should be under Commissioner's Court. I don't think that the city probably will have much of an issue with it. I honestly don't see that from what I talked to the manager, and I don't even know his name. What's his name? Scott. And then
Scott don't vote.
Right. Scott may not vote, but you know, the reality, we'll just have to see where it goes. I mean, I'm gonna pursue it. Let me just put it that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
I'm
like that.
definitely gonna pursue it and if it don't go anywhere, it don't go anywhere. But that contract has been in place since 97.
Yep.
And I believe you told me nobody's ever followed it, didn't you? I mean,
Well,
nobody's
follow
ever
the gist
followed
of it. So the board meets, what happened when, and I know it caused some conflicts. Brandon was hoping to be on that board, would have been good on that board. The city had already changed the way they went with things. They took the city man, I've been on it 9 years for one. Have never been reappointed that I know of. I inherited it from BJ. Jimmy Henry was the chair while he served, and then when he come out, they stuck me with it. So, at that point, they had took the city manager out of the equation, put in Greg Mathis, which was a heck of a deal. Jeff Dugas was on the PD side. He's been replaced about 2 years ago with Wade Roberts. Another great move. I wanted White Cotton on the board because it's built of people that use the board. If you read that contract, it says you got an executive board, which was the 5 of us, which was 2 commissioners at one time, 2 city council members and an at-large member. But they had the advisory board, which consists of all the departments, never went anywhere. So basically what you have done is combine the advisory board and the executive board together in one board that works. The only problem I see y'all have is the director is elected, is appointed by the board and not the commissioner's court. Well, that's the purpose of the board. If it was just Walton County dispatch, wouldn't have no problems with it. But this thing is also shared with the city, 50%. And they put ARPA money into it, just like we have, matched us 50% every time. And if you move it to an elected official or to this.
Well, you're elected.
Yeah, but I can also be outvoted. I'm elected because y'all appoint me to the board.
Well, we've only appointed you once. And see, that's my whole issue goes back to that. If we appoint you every 3 years, which it fell through the cracks for me, and it's my fault for not finding it. You know, we really don't have much of a say if we don't appoint somebody by this contract every 3 years. And if BJ probably wasn't never reappointed either, he probably sat there for 20-something years and never been reappointed.
Absolutely.
And that don't make it right, though.
No, it don't make it right. I mean, if we need, I'm not saying don't hold the elections.
You know,
but what I'm saying is don't tear up the whole dang thing just over that contract. And that's what it seems like is happening here.
This thing needs to go away.
We're trying to destroy dispatch.
There ain't nobody trying to destroy dispatch.
Well, I mean,
you know, that's those words you need to take over back.
If you weren't, then why wouldn't you have come to me to begin with, or somebody on the board?
I've been looking at this since BJ was way before BJ was in office. You know, and when it went away was when them assholes wouldn't give me a second to the consent agenda. Well, you know, for something the damn commissioner did.
That could have changed when I come on here. All you had to do was come talk.
I forgot.
So let's go back to Let's get back.
I
So,
can't remember.
so the agenda item is the appointment on the board.
The agenda is my appointment on the
Yeah.
board, but this all needs to be hashed out
Well,
because,
we probably need to bring an agenda item back separate for it, but,
because if
because I'm
there's an
looking at, she
intent-
might shut us down before it's over.
Well, if there is intent on redoing the contract, which nobody on this board has any problem with redoing the contract, they're looking at it's 30 years old, then the board needs to be involved. Is my point.
Well, put me on the agenda and I'll come talk to y'all.
So our motion today should probably be to get everything legit would be to reappoint the existing members.
I'm gonna say now, I'll vote to put Danny back. I've talked to White Cotton and he never wanted to be on there in the first place. And I think one of these members on this side needs to be on there with us, with Danny.
I don't know that that's a true statement, but it is up to this court
So,
to appoint the board.
well, you called him. I talked to him.
Would you want to serve on it?
So,
We're running on it.
Would you?
Well, I actually figured we were all out and this was our two board members.
I don't want it.
Well, then y'all should come talk to us.
so
You want to get on that board?
you make the motion, I'll get on there. I'll finish the argument over there.
All right, I'll make the motion. All the existing members of the,
Not the existing,
Just put them to.
Danny.
Side.
oh,
Danny and Ronnie.
okay.
You can't do nothing with the city.
Danny and Ryan.
And I don't know where the at-large one is, whether he's in our.
So we got a motion to appoint
Yeah,
Danny
but-
Kirkendall and Ronnie White to communication board.
That's my motion.
Got a second. All in favor, raise your right hand.
And so are y'all gonna have a conversation? Because I didn't realize that we had, till I got the backup, I guess, an advisory board separate from the board.
I've been there 9 years and advisory board has never been.
So that's what I'm saying. Maybe it's time to go from
They
five.
don't even go by this whatsoever, other than 50% parts.
Well, we do go by this,
No.
so the meetings
Can
are
we let
posted.
Anthony talk? Sec. Anthony?
Anthony, I didn't even see you go up, man.
Advisory board used to meet fairly often. One of the issues with the advisory board was that we had a lot of law enforcement agencies that didn't want to be in meetings with fire and EMS issues, fire and EMS didn't want to be in meetings with law enforcement. So we kind of separated those out. Currently now, for fire issues, we meet with the Fire Chiefs Association. Of course, EMS, we only have one EMS, so I'm in constant communications with Rachel and her staff all the time.
Wait a minute, what, you said Fire Chiefs Association, what is that? I thought that thing was disbanded 10 years ago.
Well, we haven't had, typically, like, when we have issues, I send out emails, get things back. We haven't had a whole lot of them, or I say need, but we haven't had a lot of meetings lately. The last time was with the box alarm project, so that was a huge undertaking. And then when we rewrote the box alarms, that was another huge undertaking. So we had meetings with them at that. And then since then, we've been having just emails with their representatives or their chiefs.
Okay.
So, for law enforcement needs, anytime that one agency, whether it be the SO or PD, comes to us and asks for something, reach out to the other agency and see what their thoughts are. If they are in agreement, we do it. We've been handling basically those advisory board meetings simply like that for the last few years. So, but we have had involvement from our agencies.
Yeah, you got three of them sitting on the board.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe it's
Two
time,
chiefs and two chiefs and a lieutenant.
maybe it's time to look at our board, and if the advisory panels aren't going to be there, maybe the board goes from 5 to a 7 and stuff like, so if y'all go look at it, keep them, keep the idea of if you were building it today, what would we do? Knowing what we know from the previous 30 years, I guess, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, when you read this contract, there's things that need to be changed, absolutely. But the gist of it works. We proved it works.
Yeah.
You got something else, Anthony?
You done?
Consolidated Communication Center boards are just like ESDs. If you've seen one, you only see 8, you've seen one. They all operate differently. I've assisted Limestone County in developing theirs. I'm in talks right now with another county to the east of us currently. They're hashing out, they're gonna want to do one as well. I know that they've done it where you have either governments are a part of the board or the agencies are a part of the board. However it's done either way. So there's a million ways of doing something. I would say there's a million ways to skin the cat. So there's not just one thing. I think you have to realize this agreement was set up back in '97. At that time, We were the second consolidated communication center in the entire state. So does it need to be updated? Absolutely. Billion ways.
I can't.
I was running for sheriff, Anthony, back in those days. And that was I was for the central dispatch. I don't agree with the document totally. But it was a campaign issue and the sheriff at one was for it also, Mr. Graham. So it happened because he won the election, or if I'd have won, it'd been the same thing. It would have went into effect. Might not have been the verbiage in this thing, because I don't like the verbiage in it. But we would have had a central dispatch. It benefits everybody. It benefits the officers, benefits y'all. Y'all do a great job. You fully staffed? You having trouble keeping staff or what?
Having trouble keeping stuff. Plan in place working now to get better in the next few months.
Okay.
Well, and we've always been short. Always. It's just as bad as EMS or sheriff's department or PD or any other. So people don't want to do the job. And it is a very high stressful job.
So,
It is.
I'd like to see maybe if y'all have conversations that kind of maybe keep us in the loop as you go along. You know, shoot.
Oh, if we redo the contract, absolutely.
You'll have to be in the loop.
Yeah, so we can see what's going on with it, because there are things that caught my eye, that like the ability for them to enter into a contract and issue debt. That's kind of concerning.
Yeah, no doubt.
To allocate county or city funds without county.
Yeah, but later in that contract, it does tell you it has to come back to Commissioner's Court too before final approval, but you know.
It also tells you it takes a year to fix it.
Yeah.
So it's not something that you just blow up in the air and see where it falls.
Oh, it's, yeah. All right.
Sounds good. 39, discuss and take action on Legacy Grand Ranch LLC request for variance to section B 2.2 of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding lot depth to width ratio for plot numbers 2025-044 Legacy Grand Ranch subdivision.
I know representatives here. I'll essentially on this particular grant. Looking for anything with previously with the wet construction board, they went back, made some modifications to their proposal. And with the exception of, I believe, of an attachment that shows the three. They whittled them all down to at least below the 1 to 4. So there's additional lots in the variance request, but the reason they're not, necessarily darkened on the attachment is those have gotten below the 4 reports at last time. So you guys were okay with those. So they put it back before court with just these lots. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this. My motion is gonna be to approve it. Just these 3 lots beyond the 1 to 4. There's a lot of lots listed that require the variance, but just these 3 lots. Yeah, but last time we gave them the blanket variance to up to 4 to 1 or 1 to 4. So it just leaves these 3 that are exceeding that. Right. I got 2 of them back up to the floodplain and the other one is a safety where that road comes into it. So I think again, I'll call.
I got a motion and a second. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 40, discuss and take action on Rusty and Kelly Barnett request for variance section 4.9 of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding requirements to survey entire parent tract to create a proposed 3.53 acre tract out of 25.060 acres.
So the request here is allowed to, when they create and file the plat, just show the outlot, the small lot that they're pulling out without having to resurvey the entirety. They just want to include the 3.53 acre lot in the plat, leave the rest of it as unplatted remainder. And I don't have a problem with that. Any problems, contingency? Move to approve as presented.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. 41, discuss and take action on authorization for submittal for HGAC solid waste management grant application. That'll be my motion.
Second.
All in favor, raise your right hand.
Wait a minute.
Let me jump in here real quick.
Yeah.
Bill, did you need authorization to do any additional? Cause
We did ours.
you got it done.
Yeah, we did a couple of months ago, but thank you for checking on that. We turned that in last week.
And I'm gonna ask to vote again. All in favor? All right, motion carried. 42, discuss and take action on Legacy Grand Ranch LLC request for variance to section B 12.10.E of the Walker County subdivision regulations regarding maximum roadside ditch for plat number 2025-044 Legacy Grand Ranch subdivision.
One supplement to this.
What you got?
Additional exhibit provided. I don't want to misspeak, but and so feel free to correct me if I do, but in essence, the request that's before the Commissioners Court, this is one that you guys have looked at before, is that there are areas where they believe that the design, the optimal design slope. One back slope. There's some areas where they believe that they will need to go as steep as 3-to-1. They've called those areas out in the application. Stephanie from Lyle to review this application is here. To give you guys some additional comments. You guys have a review letter that's provided for you now. And then they're here to kind of present what it needs. I'll say this. Flip note version is before they go deep into design on specifically designing all of these 3-to-1 mitigate those factors, they're wanting an approval from court. If you've read the Belial letter, and I think Stephanie would agree with this, but she correct me if I'm wrong. It's hard from an engineering standpoint to say we're good with a design that has not been presented in detail. So it kind of leaves us in a little bit of a chicken and the egg because it costs money to produce detailed design. Detailed design is really what's needed by Belial to be able to offer an objection. It's hard to offer an idea, right? And so what's before the court is and that's the supplemental letter that's provided to you guys is to kind of shore up that it is their belief that a system can be designed that would be as good as and not impact the concerns of the court at the 3-to-1 in those limited areas and not to exceed. So I'll turn it over to Spearpoint first. Is there somebody here for Spearpoint?
He's actually on Zoom, but I mean, I can speak.
Jacob, go right ahead.
Jacob Slot. I'm here representing the developer contractor today. Morning, Commissioners, Judge.
Good morning.
Basically, to go through the variance that we're requesting, we had preliminary meetings with planning and development. Before in the previous, y'all all know we've been here, I guess going on 15 years now, putting this stuff together. We used to have a blanket variance across the whole deal. So in our meetings, it was asked, hey, can you identify where the creek crossings are, the specific station numbers to where we would exceed the slopes. So we identified them. And now what we're asking for is a variance for that area so we can design to, and we named it out in the supplement, whether it be, it may even end up being vertical dropped water, but it can be, slope paving, it could be, riprap, it could be sod, it could be erosion blanket, whatever that would be, it would be designed and then we could get it reviewed. So it's basically, we don't want to spend all this money designing something and then go through a review where they say, no, we don't like that. So if we know that we can use one of them ulterior methods, which we have in everything else we've done, then, and also we put in there because as looking at a couple commissioners have been on a lot of the, on the previous, what we call inspections, we've actually changed that in the field during the maintenance phase where, hey, this ain't quite working. Maybe we need to add an inlet here. Or, hey, we need to add a bunch of riprap here. We've all been in those meetings. So that'll all still be in place. We said that in the letter. This is just not coming in asking for a blanket variance. This is identifying the areas that we know is a problem. So I'm open for any questions. We're just trying to do it. You want to do it right up front, like you said, chicken and egg.
Just to clarify though, you're proposing a maximum slope not to exceed 3-to-1. Right? That's what's in the application. That's still true.
Yes. And Jerry, if he's on, he should be on.
Yes.
He can speak. You want to speak?
Yeah, I'm on. Jerry McCoy, Spur Point Engineering. Morning, everyone.
Morning.
For the most part, yes, we would not exceed 3 to 1. Where, like Jacob said, if we exceed 3 to 1, it's going to be a head wall or, some sort of structure there that's going to,
But Jerry, if you guys end up going to a head wall or something like that, then you would do that in conformance with the policy. That wouldn't
correct.
require variance, correct?
Right.
So I know Stephanie's here. I want to give them their full time and then she can kind of answer questions or kind of give you her side of it.
Okay.
Y'all have anything else to add? The developer side? No, I think on the do it right up front sounds good because they're going and design these areas. In the design phase, it goes over to review. And if there's something that's not, they don't agree with, they can fix it right then where we come out, we're done. So I mean, so just so everybody's clear, because I don't want there to be any obscurity on how we're going to carry this out. If the court were to grant the variance as it's written, essentially it proposes two things. One, that they could go up to a maximum of 3-to-1 slope. And two, that to address the concerns that the county might have about function, maintenance, safety, erosion control, they would propose in their design either sod, riprap, erosion control mats, hydromulch, or slope paving. So if the court approves it as written, with those 5 options on the buffet, and then Lyle is reviewing, and they've not exceeded the 3-to-1, and they have offered in design one of the 5 options that were approved in the variance, because they're not tied to a specific standard.
Right.
Then they would approve plans. So if they came in, for example, and said, we want to do a 3-to-1, and we're going to hydromulch it, right? Because that's one of the 5 things that we listed that we could do, the court approved, and Stephanie's office would not object to that because they would have a basis for objection under the code because the variance has already been granted. And I know that one of the things, and I'll let her speak to it, that she called out in here is that hydromulch is already one of the options at the 6-to-1. So their belief is that particular solution may not provide an equivalent or higher. That's one that they're commenting on, but I'll let her address that.
Well, you gonna have hydromulch to stay on there just long enough for it to get past that little 2 years now. And then
Stephanie, you want to talk
on the slide?
I can talk to a bit.
No, when we're talking about hydromulch, we can put in there, it's a product like FlexStair that you actually spray on slopes that holds it. Now it does work. Now, regular hydromulch, I agree with you 110%, but the FlexStair, you're aware of that product. That is what, and we can put that in the letter we should have, but I mean, if we would spray a different type of hydromulch on the slopes. But again, I like to point out that these things, we do this for like, from the time we start to the time y'all take it, and even in the 1 year, it's usually 2 to 3 years, and then a year of maintenance after that. So we will know the problems and identify them, and then as the group that goes out and inspects it, comes up with we identify a problem, then the contractor and the engineer comes up with a solution, presents it to the county. We usually talk about it. We say, hey, we do it. Then we come back 6 months later after a big rain, see whether it worked or not. So it's not like the county doesn't have any teeth to get through this deal. It's what I want to point out.
So our process for our office is we've got to have plans that are detailed to inspect it, right? So if the court approves it as written, and again, one of those options is shown in the plans and they don't exceed the 3-to-1, then it's my understanding that
Could be okay.
the review group would not oppose it or offer objection to it because it doesn't contradict the variance that was granted.
Yeah, I'm good with the logic in it they're easily identifiable stations. And even though, they want to know, we want to do a 3-to-1, but we don't want to design the 3-to-1 if y'all aren't going to approve it, no matter what. So if we say, yeah, you can go 3-to-1, but you have to have one of these 5 things. And I think we put a lot of weight on Brandon and Stephanie on site, looking at it with the hammer over the head of, we're not taking it until it's right. on the maintenance side, but they can design knowing, yeah, this one's gonna be a 4-to-1. We're gonna design it this way. And when we turn it in, this doesn't mean it's already approved. It just means she can look at it and say, yeah, me and Brandon agree with it. So I'm worth to give it a shot.
Sounds like a motion to me.
And Brandon's gonna come with it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear from Stephanie first to see if there's any little quirks I've been missing.
Stephanie DeLoss with Lyle Engineering. It's kind of a couple things that we covered in our letter that we didn't receive an engineer's opinion from the developers team. We did this morning receive essentially like a commitment to make efforts to ensure that they've got some slope stability. But just long-term costs, I think that if you're looking at 3-to-1 slopes with either concrete slope paving, FlexTerra is a much better product than like a typical hydromulch that you would see on a 6-to-1, 4-to-1 slope. But those still have additional costs that could come to the county later because you have a slope paving repair and things like that, wrap repair, and it costs additional to repairing just a vegetative slope. In addition, just wanted to point out that, to the ultimate users, the landowners, when they're mowing, it's going to be more challenging to mow a 3-to-1 versus a 6-to-1, 4-to-1. Also, there are areas in the original submittal that quite a few areas that exceed the 6-to-1, 4-to-1, 6-to-1 front slope, 4-to-1 back slope that are in addition to these stations. And so, one of the concerns is that there's more areas to look at besides just what's noted here. And then just the last thing is, so maybe instead of allowing the hydromulch, allowing something else in lieu of the hydromulch, like a FlexTerra or something like that, that's got more stability. Because again, like Andrew said, if it comes to our office and it just says hydromulch and that's what's approved, we're not going to object to it in the review.
So we would have to.
How do you spell that?
FlexTerra, oh gosh.
FlexTerra?
FlexTerra, FlexTerra.
Sounds good.
Something like that.
Something close to that.
Okay.
So those, I can answer any questions you have, but those are primary concerns.
I mean, obviously, we have the 4-to-1, 6-to-1 in there. We have reasons for it, putting the water farther from the road, making the slopes more manageable for maintenance.
Right.
We realize that, we mow these streets a couple of times a year. The ultimately the homeowner whose lot fronts it is generally the maintainer. Right. These are, what we're talking about here is mostly creek crossings. Yeah, I just want to point out, there's a reason that we have those others. The court has reasons for those lower slopes in the code, but this is areas where they're trying to get water into existing drainage ways and so on and so forth. And so they're asking for some leniency in those areas. My understanding.
And they're gonna mow them. Somebody gotta mow them. You ain't mowing them 3-to-1 with a lawnmower.
And I wouldn't state specifically a product. I would say, FlexTerra or Equal, something like that. So it gives them an option. I don't want to specify only a specific product.
Or equivalent.
Or equivalent, yes.
What do you think, bro? I'm good. Now's the time to change it if you don't like it. Now's the time to change it if you don't like it.
The part that Bill's talking about, we get right there around these structures and it's 3-to-1. I'm not a huge fan of trying to mow that either. So we may do a little slope paving there. I mean, we're not trying to break the bank with the contractor, but at the same time, we got to have the longevity that whenever I'm gone, somebody else has not got a headache too. And, if we get real steep, then maybe we need to put some, it's workable. Maybe we need to put some kind of safety precaution, like our guardrail or something. I don't know. That's all going to be what they're, our intent is for them to engineer it with or better proposals than what we've got, right? So, maybe bring that up. Sure.
Yeah, so one of the things in the review, and I don't know what the thought of the engineer was, but we did see a lot of this. I mentioned a lot of the slopes were steeper than 6-to-1 on the front slope, 4-to-1 on the back slope, based on our plan review. And so one of the questions in our review, we issued comments last Friday on this, the first review of the project, and it looked like maybe the width of the subgrade wasn't calculated when looking at the depth and the slope of the ditch. So essentially you'd lose 3 feet they calculated, it looked like they may have calculated from the edge of asphalt instead of the edge of subgrade where your beginning of your high bank was. So a lot of the calculations, and that may be the difference between that list and the list I
don't know
have.
this.
6-1.
I don't know that that affects the variance before the court today, but it may, if something can't be accommodated on that, since we have that review comment out, just thought it was best to make the room aware that it may circle us back on something, but if it doesn't affect your ability to grant the variance, we would hold them to the variance that court grants.
Okay.
Okay. So my motion is going to be approved variance from subdivision policy section B 12.10 E. With stipulation that the applicant are to engineer the slope stabilization during the design and planning phases. Reference this grid point letter as part of the approval for variance. All of these things, and we're going to take out hydro seeding and put flex terra or like
Or equivalent.
or equivalent. That's gonna be my motion, and I'll help you with that.
That's a long motion, bro.
Mhm.
I can't even remember what you said at the start of it.
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Perfect. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries. Nothing for executive session, public comment. Jordan,
Jordan, you up?
you get 3 minutes and we can't respond back to you.
But you wait, you can wait, the court's over and then you can talk to us too after this is over.
Probably heard enough. Awesome.
I'm Pineywood Solar. I just wanted to introduce myself. We're getting to start construction pending some entrance permit from the developer. Just wanted to introduce myself and then Nick from our contractor. We're here to be, good stewards of the community, make sure that we're involved in answering any questions you may have. I've worked with Ronnie in the field to update some of our permits. Looking forward to the opportunity to building a solar project in Walker County. As a local resident of Montgomery County, I'll be heavily involved in the project and only a 30-minute drive away should anything come up with the court, judge, or the public. So that's all I have.
So you basically have gotten everything done, or you have got.
Hold on, we can't talk.
Oh,
Oh,
never.
sorry. Yeah, we have all of our updated entrance permits submitted, including our state highway improvement on Highway 30 with TxDOT and the development submitted. The hold has been released, and that's all I have. So I deal back the remaining time if that's.
You're good.
Very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank
Jordan.
you, George.
I'll look forward to speaking with you after the meeting.
Questions from media? Commissioners Court, got anything?
I got to meet our new assistant chief. I just happened to stop at the station on Friday. His name's Dustin. He's from San Antonio area, I think. Anyway, young,
Belleville.
pardon me?
Belleville,
Yeah, that's it. Young, energetic, excited to be here. So
Austin County.
hope we get some ideas.
Fire chief or what?
EMS chief.
Oh, okay. I thought you called him, you gotta specify to me
That's
what chief you talking about.
Okay, assistant. EMS chief. So
Yeah, I'm getting old.
he's excited to be here and
14 months.
Anybody else?